Kissing, I hope they cut us. Whether they like it not. I wanna show you up. I wanna show you up. I wanna brag about it. I wanna tie the knot. I wanna show you up. I wanna show you up. I wanna show you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruth and today we are doing a little makeup tutorial. I'm going to be doing a little summery, sun-kissed, everyday makeup look. It's very easy. Also, I'm not using any foundation or concealer because I don't have those products. But if you guys do want to use that, then you guys can go ahead and just do that, and then you can follow along with my tutorial. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. First things I like to do is put on some Vaseline. Today I'm going to be using this Vaseline. Most of the time I like to use this, which is just regular Vaseline, but this one's a little more fancy. Also smells like strawberry. After I let my lips hydrate, I like to start out with curling my eyelashes. I'm using this eyelash curler and these both are from Daiso and they're really cheap too. When I curl my eyelashes, I like to start from the very roots of my eyelashes, and then once I get that curl, then I start moving up toward the tips of my eyelashes. To me, eye makeup is the most important. Now that my eyelashes are done, I usually go in with this eyelash curler and I try to curl the ends of my eyelashes because they're really hard to curl. After I finish curling my eyelashes, I like to move on to my face makeup. My face makeup is actually very little. I don't wear foundation or concealer. I don't really find the need. I do love putting on blush, and since I am doing a little summery sun-kissed look, I'm gonna apply a lot of blush to achieve that cute sunburn sun-kissed look. I like to apply the blush on the apples of my cheeks, like right here where I have a little protrusion. And then after that, I like to apply some on my nose to give that little sun-kissed sunburned effect. But because I don't have a beauty blender, I like to use my hands. I do have a brush, but I don't really use it. If I have a little left over, I like to put it right here like it's eyeshadow or something. This is how my blush look. I'm gonna apply a tiny bit of highlighter. For this highlighter, a little goes a long way. I do it on the apples of my cheeks. I just use my fingers again. I try to go like in a line. Then you could also bring it up to the brow bone. That's usually how my face makeup looks. The next step I'm going to be doing is applying some highlighter on my nose. I'm going to use this NYX Jumbo Stick in the color Milk. I like to put it on the tip of my nose, and then I also like to put it right here, then some in the middle. And then on top of the NYX, I like to use my highlighter shade on my eyeshadow palette. Next thing I'm going to do is do my eyeshadow. Because I'm doing like a summery look, I'm not going to be doing any dark shades. I'm using this Clinique color palette. I'm going to be using this pink shade right here, and probably I'm going to use a little darker shade for the eyelids that are closer to my eyes, if that makes sense. I'm just going to apply with the applicator. I'm going to apply a lot and just put it on my eyelids. The reason why I like to curl my eyelashes first is because when I curl them last, it tends to rub off the eyeshadow. I think this is a nice shade of pink. Now I'm just gonna go in with the dark red right here and just apply some on the outer corners of my eye where I shall be putting eyeliner. Once that's done, I like to go in with my other palette. I go in with the lightest shade, and it's nice and sparkly and highlighty. I go in and put it on the tip of my nose, and I put it on the nose bridge. This kind of gives me a snatched nose. Also like to put it on the very middle, and then I'll blend it out. and then also in the inner corners of my, I kind of do my makeup all over the place, but I tend to focus on my eye makeup the most. After I'm done with all my eyeshadow and stuff, I like to go in with an eyeliner, a black one. Sometimes I go in with a brown if I don't want to have my eyeliner stand out as much. Something about this eyeliner doesn't go smoothly on my eyelids, and I don't know why, but I'm gonna try my best and make a winged eyeliner. Good. And then I'll just replicate it on the other side. This is the final product. Maybe I should try doing black and brown together. I wish I had a felt tip black eyeliner. I think this should be good enough. Once I'm done with the eyeliner, I'm gonna let it like dry and everything, and I'll move on to my brows. So I used the Benefit Gimme Brows, and it's actually very like good. It's like the best eyebrow product I've ever had in my entire life, considering the fact that I, as you can see, barely have any brows. Like, I have the eyebrow hairs, but they're just really light, so I need something that will make them darker. I like to go a little darker toward the end of my brow, and then I'll be very light when it comes to where the brow starts, because I want it to look like a natural fade toward the start of my eyebrows. There's like a big difference between both of these eyebrows. Now I'm gonna do the other brow. Now that I look like I have some brows, finally, I'm gonna go and move on to doing my mascara. I use the Colossal Waterproof Curl Bounce by Maybelline. This is the best drugstore mascara. I apply to the very tips of my eyelashes first so they don't get too heavy and fall. Usually I like to put on Vaseline to like prime the eyelashes, but this time I forgot. But usually I put the Vaseline on after I'm done with all the eyeshadow and everything, because Vaseline is sticky and I don't want the eyeshadow getting stuck in my eyelashes. And then I just wait for that to dry, and then I'll probably apply a second coat later on. Now these are how my eyelashes turned out. Honestly, they didn't turn out that bad. I want to do an egg yolk salt. So basically what you're going to do is find your egg yolk salt basically where the fat under your eye is. So usually I like to like smile or like squint a little bit and you'll see it. Mine is like really prominent, and it looks more like bags than an egg yolk salt, but I'm using this Kai Brow thingy. I just go under and draw a line like this, and then draw a line on this side and drag it out like a straight line. This makes your eyes look bigger. I'm just gonna blend it out right here and on the bottom, and then I'm gonna repeat on the other side. So after that, I'm gonna go use the highlighter from my Diamond palette, and I'm gonna put it right on the bags. I'm gonna use this angled brush and just use my fingers to blend it out. Now that all my eye makeup is done, I'm gonna go onto the last step, which is my lips. I'm gonna be using this LA Girl lip liner in the shade Non-Stop Nude. I like to overline my Cupid's bow, and also I have like some little splotches on here that aren't really filled in, and then I'm gonna go down to the bottom. After I'm done with that, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline New York Super Stay, and it's in the shade Vinyl Ink. So what I'm gonna do is apply it here on the bottom, and then use it like a lip liner. And then after that, I'm gonna blend it out with my fingers. So after I blended everything out, my last step is to use a little gloss. I'm going to be using this Ulta Beauty Juice Infused Oil, and I'm just going to apply it onto my entire lip. And it smells like so good. My lips are finished, and now this is the final summery sun-kissed look. If you want, you can always add little freckles. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys were able to learn my makeup techniques, and hopefully you guys took away something with it, and maybe you could also try out this makeup look. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you stayed till the end, comment this emoji. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.